Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video, we will be speaking about some hidden supply and demand zones. Now this is, I know, completely optional. So even if you don't properly get it, it's still okay. Whatever you have learned till now, it's farther enough to start making good, consistent gains, okay? But sometimes you may get trapped in some zone, so that's where the hidden supply and demand zones come to the play. Now, there are three main types of zone that I personally trade. So let's get into that. The first type is the inside bar. Now, sometimes what happens, just take this particular case. So here, what we were waiting for. So our exact demand is this one, right? The last down candle, before the up move. But you see, market never came there, and market just now came in some random place, and it went up. Why? Because of that inside bar. But now first, what is an inside bar? Inside bar is a candle, which is completely inside the previous candle. Now you see this candle is an inside bar. Why? Because this is completely inside the previous candle. Okay, so the previous candle highs, this one, close this one, and this candle is completely inside. That's why we call as inside bar. Why even it should not cross even a bit. Now you see this candle is a little bit crossing the previous candle, so this is not an inside bar, okay? That should be completely inside the previous candle. So this was an inside bar. This inside bar also acts as a supply or a demand. So in this case, you see the range I have drawn here. Basically all this range. This is the inside bar range. And you and we can clearly see that market just came to the inside bar exactly and went down. So sometimes when you see and demand with your inside bar, it's better to, take the whole area as your demand. Because market may not come to your demand, but just to the inside bar. Because the inside bar is a range in a lower time frame. And a range is basically something like this. This is why the inside bar is so important. The range that means in liquidity was grabbed here. So this is also a demand. So inside bar is one type of hidden supply and demand, which you can look forward to. And the next one. We have two types here, S to B and B to S, okay? So is to B, sell, to buy candle. Now we have seen no, which is a demand. So we have multiple demand. Is a sell before the buy move. So the last sell candle before that buy move is your demand. Sometimes you may not see that sell candle clearly, because sometimes it's hidden inside the one candle. Now you see this candle has a long, lower wick, but this is a green candle only. This is a bullish candle, but still, it has a long, lower wick. So that means, in the lower time frame, what happened here is market went down and then went up. This is how the lower time frame has went. Yes, in the lower time frame, you will clearly see a red candle here. So this is not visible in this time frame, but, market comes here, react and goes, and we are just wondering what happened here, why it reacted here. Because it was a week when you have a candle with a lower wick. Market sell then buy. So this is also demand in the lower time frame. Okay, so this seller to buy candle can also act as a demand. Similarly, a buy to sell candle can also act as your supply. Okay, now we also know that the last up candle, the last of candle is this one. And you see, market never came there. It just came in some random place and dropped from there. Why? Because it came to this big wick. Because this is the last buy to sell more. That's what supply is, right? The supply's last buy candle before the down move. We have seen multiple, the last up candle. Before the down move is your supply. So here this wick is exactly that thing. The market initially went up, created this high, and then went down and closed here. That's why this red candle got formed. But initially, market went up and before going down. So this is the last buy to sell move, the last buy before that sell. So this is your supply. So when you have a candle with an upper wick, that is called the buy to sell candle. And this can also access a supply market may not come to the last actual up candle. Because this wick, when you go down to lower time frame, you may see a good green candle here. That's where the market came here. Okay, so these three types zones are also very important. You can see the chart examples here. You can go and backtest a bit, and understand how this works. But that's all for this video. See you in the next video.